Shell stopped buying Russian crude on Tuesday and said that it would phase out its involvement in all Russian hydrocarbons from oil to natural gas over Ukraine, becoming one of the first major Western oil companies to abandon Russia entirely. While Russian crude and gas has been exempt so far from Western sanctions, oil soared above $139 a barrel on Monday to its highest since July of 2018. As the United States and the European allies began to consider banning Russian oil imports, U.S. lawmakers have called for bans, but President Joe Biden's administration has only sanctioned Russian oil tankers. Britain and Canada have also barred Russians' vessels from landing at their ports in protest at Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. Shell apologized on Tuesday for buying Russian oil last week after it had said that it would pull out of its Russian operations, including the Sakhalin 2 LNG plant, in which it holds a 27.5% stake and in which it is operated by Gazprom. Now, they say, quote, "We are acutely aware that our decision last week to purchase cargo from Russian crude oil was not the right thing to do, and we're sorry," close quote. This comes from Chief Executive Officer Ben Van Buren. This is what he says. Now, it goes on to say that Shell did go out and they did purchase the Russian crude oil from the Swiss trader Trafigura. And I think what's going on now is everybody does seem to be a little sorry that they've involved themselves in purchasing, but I think there's a bigger story here. So let's read on together. It says at a low record low dated Brent minus 28.50 a barrel. So they brought the cargo from the Swiss trader at a low price of 28.5 a barrel, the trader said on Friday. The British rival in BP said last month that it was abandoning its 19.75 stake in Russian oil giant Rosneft, in an abrupt move that could cost up to $25 billion. Total Energy's chief executive Patrick Pouyanné, he said on Monday that the French company had stopped buying oil from Russia, although its landlocked refineries in Germany continue to receive Russian crude by pipelines. So it's just one is being purchased and one is receiving it by their pipeline. Shell said that it would change its crude oil supply chain to remove volumes from Russia, quote, as fast as possible, and shut its service stations in Russia, as well as its aviation fuels and lubricants operation in the country. The company said that the supply chain could take weeks to complete and that it would lead to reduced output from its refineries while it's withdrawing from the Russian petroleum products pipeline, gas, liquefied, and natural gas, and it's all going to be phased. The company also plans to end its involvement in the Nord Stream 2 Baltic gas pipeline linking Russia to Germany, which it helped to finance as a part of a consortium. Now, so I think what we're seeing here is just this, to me, I think it's a bigger picture. I think the picture that we're seeing is a lot bigger in reality, because this is all a swift way to sort of streamline everybody into taking one type of energy, one type of fuel, one type of everything. And I think that this is one of those types of emergencies that can source several different issues. It can help several different issues. It's not just about what's going on, and I don't think what we're seeing is in total what we're seeing. I'm going to leave that right there. We have a couple of more stories. And Charlie Sigler, I see you here. Thank you and Rachel for both being here. Mindy, you are hanging out with us, aren't you? I want to thank you as well. Charlie, thank you for the blessing that I received from you just recently. I appreciate you so much for that, kind sir, as well as Rachel Venziel. Thank you both very much. William Craig, good morning. And Tracy Inman, how are you? Maureen Olson, it's so good to see you, and I'm glad to be back. I was just sharing that with Rachel this morning. It feels a little weird, but I'm very glad to be back. And we will be coming back in a few moments. We have a couple of more stories, but there are a lot of people who only want to see short news, and I thought it best that so that I can be with you, to be live, to break these up in small little tiny bites, little morsels, okay? All right, so we'll be back in a few moments with a little bit more news. Take care.